My name is PIUS Masai MWACHI, Safety, Security, Emergency and Disaster Management Specialist, Director General Disaster Volunteers. I would like to say the following. I appreciate the efforts of Kenya government towards floods and flooding, COVID-19 and other hazards. As we are aware that right now we are being faced with COVID-19 pandemic, which is a global problem and a global enemy. Alongside that, in Kenya we are facing flash floods and flooding. As you are aware that most of the rivers are flooded and we are experiencing more rains all over. The roads are affected, some parts of bridges are affected, and many people are affected, farmers, pastoralists, business communities. I just want to appeal to everyone that issue of emergency and disasters, it's everyone's responsibility. It is important that as much as we expect the government to do more of the things, we need also to understand that the government needs to be supported by ourselves. Let us join hands and identify what affects us, whatever hazard that may affect the communities, ranging from the COVID-19 pandemic, flash floods, landslides, name it. It is important that any person who understands his environment to identify specific hazards, share with a neighbor, share with the administrators. If it's a matter of flash floods, when you stay low stream, you expect that rains upstairs or uphills will affect people living downstream. So it is important that there should be a communication between the upstream and downstream. And this one should be a coordinated activity from the chiefs, assistant chiefs, administrators, and disaster volunteers. The key thing here is that we need to understand that we need to be a team. If we can communicate the information reaching people downstream, they'll be safe. And if you are staying downstream, low areas, kindly understand that you'll be affected because most rivers are flooded. The key thing you need to do is find a solution by moving to areas which are more safer, liaising with the chiefs, with the administrators. They'll give you solutions. This is not your own solution. It's about ourselves. And what's important also is, I appeal to the governors. I know they have plans. The plans that they have, right now I expect that every governor and every county has activated their contingency plans for floods, those unaffected by flooding. Within their plans, and I've heard one of the governors saying that, like Kakamega County governor, when he was visited by CS Eugene Wamalwa, he said that the county people who have been affected by the floods, who are vulnerable, they'll be supplied by some money through their phone. That's a good initiative. What is important is, what is the plans? What are the plans saying through their contingency plans? It is important that members of the public use their MCAs in every year to ensure that they are also consulted and they are also involved in the initial planning because they know what affects them as a county. The problem of Kakamega is not the same problem of Mombasa. It's not the same problem of Nairobi. So it's important that every county is unique in its manner. It's important that the people living within those counties assist the leaders by coming up with contingency plans. And it's a responsibility of the disaster directors. If you have been hired as a director of disaster within a specific county, it is important that you identify stakeholders from the common mwananchi to the leaders to all people that you think may assist in coming up with proper plans. So, at any time, during any kind of hazard, you just activate the plans and thereafter everyone will be involved and people shall be assisted. What is important is you are aware that we don't have specific disaster law for the country, but I know that some counties have disaster laws in place because there will be a budget, money shall be reserved if there is a law that states that this shall be done. But without those such documents, we realize that things are being done, but not the way they should be done, not in a well-coordinated manner because of lack of legal framework. But I always say that papers don't work, people work. So what is important here is people to be assisted, to be supported, and it's just about all of us. I appeal to everyone to be responsible. What affects the neighbor will affect you. So if a neighbor has a problem, know that that problem may reach to your place. If a neighbor constructed a wall, that wall will deter water from entering. The water will look for a weak point. It will go. But remember that water will come again, looking for the way to go because it has been stopped all over and restricted, but they need to go. Because you cannot block water to go completely because there's a force behind it. So what is important is to have a common way of doing things, teamwork. Everyone must be responsible. Thank you.